Ladies and gentlemen, Jason, Terra Acoustics, here to discuss our front soundstage upgrade in our factory-equipped Alpine Jeep Wranglers and Gladiators. Boy howdy, we've got tons of power to work with. Volume, top end, not an issue. Plenty of sub bass. I haven't touched my Jeep beyond our front soundstage. I don't need any more, and most of us don't either. So how do we prepare for our upgrade before it arrives, and what do we do tuning-wise once it does arrive? So first of all, we want a digital connection between our Jeep and our phone. I can't stress this enough. No Bluetooth, no native Sirius. It's compromised. Entire bands of frequencies are missing. I want a digital connection between your USB-C and your source unit. We're going to flatten out our EQ. Bear with me. Flatten it out on the head unit itself and then also on your phone. So why I want to do that is because we need to break in our speakers once we've got them in the car. And it's especially important in these higher power systems because a loudspeaker has around a 3-hour actual listening time break-in period where my mids are going to warm up, the tweeters are going to settle in even more. So that's how we're going to prepare for this. We want everything flat. Now, once we have that done, our speakers arrive, it's time to put them in. We put them in. What do we do? Okay, what can we expect? So first of all, in the Alpine systems, a couple of things happen. The distortion at the upper end of the spectrum is gone because the stock mid-range drivers are no longer clipping once we get north of 34, 35. These Alpine systems are notoriously mid-range biased. So as we turn the volume up, our dash speakers, they get hotter and hotter, louder and louder and louder, and the rest of the system appears buried behind them. This is what started this journey 2.5 years ago. I got a new Jeep. I could not hear anything other than mid-range, and so we started this process of correcting it, and we are where we are today because of that Jeep. So we've corrected that with this upgrade, and what you can expect to do now is as follows. The speakers are in, you're listening, you're gonna go, wait a second, when my volume is at 25 now, it's not as loud as it was with the stock system. It's not at that volume level, but the volume level is relevant. So whether it's 25 or 31, it's just a potentiometer. It doesn't matter where the scale of the volume is, it's what your ears are hearing. And so what you'll find is now at 31, the Jeep is very loud, very detailed, very clear, and the bass from the subwoofer and the midwoofers and the kick panels have come forward and up in the stage. So no longer are those frequencies buried. You will hear a marked improvement in sub bass and mid bass response in your Jeep with our front soundstage involved. And of course, the detail, the warmth, the brilliance of the entire rest of the spectrum is forever present because that's what we've engineered to happen with this upgrade. But so many of you, thousands of you, have reached out saying, what's going on with my system? I have a lot more bass. Everything is tighter. Everything is just more filling in the cabin. Well, that's what's happening. The mid-ranges are no longer clipping. The stock mid-ranges are no longer clipping because our mid-ranges don't break up. Even up to volume at 38, wide open throttle, loud, clear, distortion-free, and the bass, my God, even with the tops off, the doors off, it is sitting high and proud on that dashboard where I want it, where that image is centered and very balanced. So that is acoustically what you'll expect with the upgrade. It is louder, it is infinitely more clear. The scale is a little off because our drivers are a lot less efficient. I've changed the impedance aggressively versus the stock drivers, but that was to bring the rest of the soundstage forward. We've got thousands and thousands and thousands of these out there. They're bomb-proof. You don't need to do anything else in your Alpine Jeep, especially those of us that have the CarPlay or those of us with the 24s with the great big screens and the Alpine systems. I mean, I could do anything I want in any car there is. I don't do anything else. It's our front soundstage, and I just rock out on the adventures from there. So that's our Alpine upgrade and our JT Wrangler Gladiators. There's not anything else you need to do.